Today our class is about geoinformatics, but our topic is for today introduction to crop simulation modeling. So this is totally about only introductory class about what is modeling, how it is used, what are steps, what are components of this. This all we will study today. Okay. So our topic is introduction to crop simulation models and their use for optimization of agricultural inputs. Means which type of inputs we can put in the crop so that it will provide sufficient yield without loss. So not only crop management, but it also some inputs are also required for that. Weather data, that is what is temperature at that time, what is rainfall, what is relative humidity, wind velocity. These all are affecting the crops in real time. So in real time they are affecting, that means it will also affect in the model. Model means we are saying about this is sample. So we will put all inputs in this model and then it will give to us some result, that whatever input we will provide, it will provide the same result likewise. So model is like a sample in which weather data, crop management data, even soil management data also, means soil type, soil structure, soil texture, moisture, what is the moisture condition of that time. These all things are included in this model. And then it provides yield, not even yield, but leaf area index, plant height, days to flowering, days to maturity. These all things are provided in the model result. So we will study step by step. So first of all, we should know that what is crop simulation model. So crop simulation model is a computerized program. It is a computerized program, or in simply we can say that it is a equation, complex equation that is used in the computer. So that is called computerized program. So it is program which is used in computer. That's why it is called computerized program, which is used to describe the process of growth and development stages of the crop in relation to weather data, crop condition and soil conditions, to solve the real world problems. Means what is real world problems? In field condition, crop is grown, so that is real world. Crop is grown by farmers, that is real world. And here we are creating the situation like that in that field. Same situation we are creating. It is artificially, but that was real. So crop simulation model is computerized program which is used for describe the process of the crop stages and crop growth and development by using weather data, soil data and their crop management methods, so that we can solve some real world problems. What is the real world problems? Means in future or in any year there may be aberrant weather condition. Aberrant weather condition means sometimes excess rain, sometimes no rain, sometimes drought condition may be there. So wind velocity sometimes may be very high, sometimes there may be very less soil moisture condition in the soil, and sometimes insect population may be more or disease attack may be more. So these all things will be affecting the crop yield or its growth then yield. So we are creating the situation like that in that real world, so that it will provide in that situation what will be the yield. So step by step we will know that what is crop, what is growth, what is simulation and what is model. Here crop is aggregation of individual plant species. Means what is, anyone say that what is crop? So crop is aggregation of plant species grown in unit area, means per square meter, per hectare, per acre, any unit. So it is grown in a unit area for economic purpose. Means what is the purpose of crop growing? Economic purpose means we know some money, we know some rupees, that's why we are growing crops. So for economic purpose. Second is growth. What is growth? Growth is irreversible, means there are two types of equation, reversible and irreversible. Reversible means both side, irreversible means from here to that, only one direction, that is irreversible. So it is irreversible increase in size and volume, and is consequence of differentiation and distribution occurring in the plant. Differentiation and distribution means cells are increasing their size. Cells are tissue cell, so cells are increasing their size and increasing their numbers also. So they are differentiated 1 to 4, 4 to 16, like that. So differentiation, and then distribution means plants are taking nutrients, water, like these all things, and that is translocated from root to leaf. Then photosynthesis, then food is prepared there, and then that is also distributed to the different parts of the plant. Means there is distribution. So differentiation and distribution is occurring in the plant, and that is called growth. Then simulation. What is simulation? Simulation is responding the essence of a system. Simulation is responding the essence of the system. Essence means nichod. What is essence? Essence is like a fruit juice. After fruit juice, what is coming? That is called essence. So it is reproducing the essence of a system without reproducing the system itself. System is in the field. That is crop. But it is not reproducing here. It is the sample. It is a sample of that. Means we are creating that situation here, not really. So simulation is reproducing the essence of a system without reproducing the system itself. In simulation, the essential characteristics of the system are reproduced in a model which is then studied in a abbreviated time scale. Means it is studied step by step for different time scale. Time scale means maybe for weekly, maybe for monthly, maybe for yearly, or maybe for long term. Means after 2020, after 2050, what will be the situation of that crop. So for long term also it can be used. And then model. What is model? A model is a schematic representation of the conception of a system or an act of mimicry. Mimicry means नकल करना. फार्म से उसकी नकल कर रहे हैं. We are doing mimicry. So it is acting as a mimicry or a set of equations. In beginning I have told that is complex equation. So this is set of equation. So also a model is a representation of an object, system or idea in some form other than that of the entity itself. These all things you will try to memorize. It will help for creating a total complex definition. Step by step means total definition means crop, simulation, model. So you will have to define these all 4 steps. What is crop, what is simulation, what is model, and what is system. Then system. A system is a simplified representation. Simplified representation means that is not complex. It is simplified representation of reality. What was in the field itself, it was reality, and it is simplified representation here. So systems are like a wave. Wave क्या है? मकड़ी का जाल. Waves, मकड़ी का जाल. Means these all are connected to each other. That is called wave. So systems are waves or cycles of interacting components. Change in one component to of a system produces changes in another component. Means if we are changing here, then it will show another change. Means we are changing in weather, so it may affect also crop growth. It may also affect the soil condition also. Means if temperature is high, for example, if temperature is high, then soil temperature will be also high. So due to soil temperature high, maybe evapotranspiration more. So if evapotranspiration will be more in the soil also, in the plant also. So everything is changing. These all are connected to each other. So there are different types of crop simulation models. First is statistical model, second is mechanistic models, and third is functional model. So there may be different types, but their purpose is same, that creating the real world into a model, creating a real world into a model, or mimicry the real world into a model. So first is statistical models. Statistical, what do you mean by statistical? Anyone? Data or related to analysis, related to equation. So statistical models, that is direct descriptions of the observed data. Observed data means which type of data we can observe in the crop. Which type of data we observe? Yield. Okay. Before yield, days to flowering, days to maturity, or spike, number of spikes. For example, wheat, number of spikes, number of seed or number of grains, weight of the grain, plant height, number of tillers. These all things are observed for crop growth. Then for weather, temperature, maximum temperature, minimum temperature, rainfall, relative humidity, wind velocity, these all things are observed in weather. In soil, pH, soil texture. So these all are observations for this model. So direct descriptions of observed data generally expressed as a regression equation. Regression equation means y is equal to m plus ax, like that, anything, or y is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3, like here y is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3, like that. So that is equation. x1 x2 is anything which we are observing. x1, if we are changing x1, then it will affect y. Means it may be yield, so it may be number of grains, weight of the grains, plant height, like that, and number of tillers, these all things. So that is regression equation. So this is statistical models. Then these models give no information on mechanism that give rise to the response. Means the demerit of this statistical model is it does not give information about mechanism, how crop was giving this type of yield. Mechanism means for crop yield, what is mechanism? Photosynthesis, transpiration, translocation, these all mechanisms are involved in this. But this statistical model are not giving that. It is giving only number of grains, weight of the grains, plant height, these all are changing, so yield will be changing. That is demerit of that statistical models. Then for example, step down regression, correlation, etc. These all are statistical model, example of statistical model. Then mechanistic models. What is mechanistic models? These attempt to use fundamental mechanism of plant and soil process to stimulate specific outcome. Means we need this specific outcome, so we will provide this type of information. Only particular specific one result one equation. Second result, another equation. So for different types of result, different type of equation will be required. These models are based on physical selection. For example, photosynthesis based model means if we are talking about photosynthesis, then we will have to write all photosynthetic components, leaf, chlorophyll, these all things, amount of manganese, these all things. So this will give only about photosynthesis. It will not give about translocation, it will not give about respiration. So this is separate equations are required, that is mechanistic models. So its demerit is it is giving only about one component, a specific component. Then functional models. Functional model means depending on the function, which type of function are doing in the plant, that is called functional models. They are computationally easier, that is easier. Mechanistic models, in comparison to mechanistic model, it is easier and can often give results that are of only some accuracy is there, but little bit accuracy, not good accuracy. Functional models are typically run using a daily time step, means daily time it is run. So that is very large work, because it is not possible to run every model daily, because if the number of observations are more, large number of observations, then it will. Do you want ask some question? No. Okay. So functional models are typically run using a daily time step, and the data is updated daily. So what is the daily? How we can observe daily data? Plant height will be same, leaf will be same, physically it will be same, but there is some changing inside the leaf, inside the plant there is changing, but we are observing that there is no change, but model is showing that there is change. Model is showing that there is change. That is functional models. So functional models are typically, and its equation is the Penman equation. Penman equation is actually used for estimation of evapotranspiration. Estimation of evapotranspiration. Likewise, other models are also there. So these are all three types of model. That is schematic representation of the crop simulation model. We are providing soil, climate, plant management, and these all are providing yield. So these all are components, and then model is giving crop yield. Okay. So what are some steps in crop modeling? So there are some steps. First is define goal, means what is our objective. We should define our goal, what we want, not only yield. Before yield, we may be knowing that if the climate will be changing, the scenario will be changed, then what will be the yield? So maybe our goal different. Maybe our goal is what will be the evapotranspiration if there will be temperature more than 42 degrees centigrade or less than 30 degrees centigrade. What will be the condition? So goal will be changing. So first of all, we will have to define goal. Second is define system and its boundaries. System and boundaries means which type of system we will be working. First of all, if we are entering in the college before admission, so we will have to create our goal. I have come here to take admission first. Then I will create a system. If I have taken admission here in the classroom, so which type of students will be our friend? So our friend are one system through which I will learn something or I will enjoy in the college. So this is system. So we will have to create system and then decide system, and then boundaries also. Boundaries means everyone has his boundary. Here also for model there is boundary, because it is not unlimited. Nothing is unlimited, otherwise it will give error. It will give error. Then third will be define key variables in the system. Key variables means these all were before I was saying soil and these all things. So that were variable. Temperature variable, soil variable, crop data, these all are variable. So we will have to define some variables, key variables. Then quantify relationship. So what are relationship, what may be the relationship, we will quantify through this model. Then calibration. Calibration means tuning. I am giving this input, this is giving some yield or some result. I am providing some another input, then it will provide some another result. So what is the guarantee that it is giving right result or correct result? How we will know? That is very difficult. So for that we will have to tune any machine. Before using any machine we have to tune, okay, because several times we will give input, it will give result, give input, some it will give result. So after some time we will learn that this type of result, I am providing this type of input, it is providing this type of result. So prepare a graph, and then we can see that there is some deviation. So there is deviation means we will tune the model, we will correct some in model, some equations will be corrected. Then again we will run several times running, then there will be calibration. That is called calibration. Means okay, now it is ready for use. Now it is ready for use. Then validation. Validation means I have some equation or variables, I have model, so I will give input, it will give result. So whether it is giving good correct result or not correct result, we will validate with some real data. Means some validation means some comparison. How we will say that this is right or wrong result? By comparison. So in the field crop is giving this type of yield, but in the model this is giving this type of yield. So maybe there is some difference. So that difference is error. Because for example, if wheat is providing 50 quintal per hectare yield in the field, but we are giving these all inputs, whatever we are providing in the field, the same input we are providing in the model, but it is giving 40 quintal per hectare yield. So maybe some error or maybe something, but it is not possible to know that these all things, but result is showing that there is difference of 10 quintal per hectare. So that is validation. So again we will change something, we will correct anything, something error, so it will go up to 42, 43. Again there may be some error. So at last the same result may not be come from the model and the real world, but some error may be there. So that error is decided about by the model. So we can minimize that error. Only we can minimize that error. Some error is there, anything, because maybe some human error, in some model error, some observation error. So this type of error are there. So that is called validation. Okay. Then sensitivity analysis. Sensitivity analysis means, if for example I have given that for climate change we are giving, so it means sensitivity, how plant is sensitive to the climate change. In real world plant is sensitive, soil is sensitive. Sensitive means if temperature is changing, plant is also, growth is changing, yield is changing, that is sensitivity. So again in model also we can check that its sensitivity. If we are providing different environment, then it will also result different type of result. So that is sensitivity, checking of sensitivity. So how we can check? By giving some different environment. Environment means weather data, crop management data. We can change there, it will give result, different type of result. So that is sensitivity. Then we already have talked about input data requirement, means which type of data are required. Weather data, crop data, soil data, crop management data, pest data, disease data, these all are required for model. This is also schematic representation of inputs, the same thing. In previous slide, the same thing is there. Soil data, experimental data file, these all things. Then what is the strength of model development? What is the strength of model development? Actually, it includes, or it should be able to provide a framework. It should be able to provide a framework for understanding a system. To understand the system means we should have knowledge about crop, and also model should be providing that. Model should be also able to give us some knowledge about that system, real world system. So it should provide a framework for understanding a system and for investigating how manipulating its effect, means how we can manipulate that data, it will give different results. So it should be able to this. Second is to evaluate long-term impact of particular interventions. Then it can provide analysis of the risk. Means in climate change there is risk, in pest there is risk, in disease there is risk. Then some different types of models are there. These are lists of model: EPSIM model, DSAT model. You will know in MSCAG or in PhD. In detail you will study. Here you should know only the name: EPSIM, GWM, CropSyst, WAVE, Sucrose, Oryza. Oryza is for rice. These all are name, and then these all are for different purposes. Okay. Some diagrammatic representation for FAO model or aqua crop model. Okay. Info crop model. I am showing some examples how they are working. Info crop model was developed in India in IARI. Okay. EPSIM model is very sensitive for climate change and also for soil characteristics. If we are changing in variables in the soil, it is giving good result. Okay. This is some maize for sorghum, legumes, soil pH, soil. These all are giving good result. And how we can use, means what are the use of this crop simulation model? Though we have already know that in the beginning that what is the use of crop model, but you should know on farm management it can be used. Crop system management, evaluation of weather risk, investment decisions, and these are resource conserving tools also. Resource conservation tool means water is needed very less if we are using model, because it will give some result about which type of water or how much water we should use to give this type of yield. Then understanding of research, means for research purpose also model is used. For research, testing scientific hypothesis. Okay. Then yield prediction and forecasting. Then evaluation of climate change, useful for solving various practical problems in agriculture. Practical problems means sometimes there may be problems in spacing of the plants. Sometimes there may be population. So different types of problems are there in practically. So this model is providing some solution about that. Then useful for solving various practical problems in agriculture. Then helps in adaptation strategies for climate change or any type of change. Then crop growth models identify the precise reasons for yield gap. Yield gap means any crop has its capacity to yield this amount, but it is not providing that amount of yield because of there is a scarcity of water, there is a scarcity of nutrients, or maybe some other reasons. So what is the gap of potential yield and its real yield? That gap is called yield gap. Gap between potential yield and real yield, that is called potential yield gap. Then it is also used for evaluating cultivar, means plant breeders are using some different types of varieties and they are giving some new variety. So evaluation is there. For that model is also used. Some limitations are also there in the model. Limitations means demerit. Means some demerits are always in the system. So in modeling also it is there are some limitations. First is farmers communities have little awareness, means farmers are not knowing. Farmers, how they can know, because they may be illiterate, or if they are literate, but for model some more knowledge is required. So farmers are not aware. Models require large amount of input data, so may be available, may not be available. Then skilled manpower is required, because everyone cannot deal with that model. Some knowledge is required, some skill is required. Then model development and interpretation of model output require multidisciplinary knowledge, not only agronomy, not only soil science, plant breeding, pesticide or plant pathology, entomologist. These all knowledge you should have, that person. So different type of knowledge should be required. And proper parameterization and calibration is also a very difficult work. Everyone cannot do calibration and validation. So these are some limitations of modeling. Okay, so thank you.